Hey everybody, welcome to PDQ Live. Today we have two special guests joining us. We've got Chris, who's here to show us a wonderful Freshdesk integration with PDQ Connect. And we're also joined by Mark. Mark's going to teach us all something about PowerPoint, right? The program we all love to hate.
It's going to be great. Get ready.
Yep. But first, like every single week, Kelly, what have you got for us?
Oh, we have an announcement. I know this is going to shock you. We have a webinar coming up. Mark your calendar, okay? March 4th, 11 a.m. We're all aware MDT, pretty much dead. And so the question is, what do you do now? And we are going to explore that. Imaging after MDT. We'll talk about what's changing, what are your options, and even how Smart Deploy can kind of help you handle this without breaking the budget. All right, so I am going to place the registration link in the YouTube chat right now. Boom, there you go. Get yourself registered. March 4th, 11 a.m. MDT is dead.
Boom, magic. Alrighty, I think we have a very full show. So why don't we jump right in? Chris, walk us through this integration that you've built with Connect and Freshdesk.
Happy to. Before I hop onto the actual demo, I really wanted to ask all of you one quick question. Has everyone here ever deployed software to the wrong machine because two users almost had the same name? You just hit
Never.
I don't know.
No.
You hit deploy, and then just maybe half a second later, you think, was this the accounting laptop or was it the IT laptop?
Oh, for sure.
You know,
Yeah.
I find myself smashing like Control C, and then I'm like, oh, that's not actually going to do anything, and then
Anymore?
panic finding the
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I do the same. Alt F4.
Yep.
Although I'm on a Mac. I'm on a Mac now, so it doesn't,
Wait,
doesn't
help.
Today, I want to remove that half a second panic off of your life with what we built. So here's a totally normal user ticket. Almost.
I made that for you, Chris. Do you love it? Do you love it?
I mean, I do now.
Thank
I'm
you.
excited.
Thank you. Yeah. I felt like your dashboard was just a little too vanilla for me. I couldn't handle it. So
I agree.
and
was
it needed to
just
be more
too-
user friendly. So can you read the ticket just real quick? Because I think we need to really see the description.
It says, Chris, please make Josh be nice to me. This is super important.
It's really
Thank you.
important.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Continue on with the really serious demo now.
Really serious
Yeah.
demo comes right up. So without the integration, right? Tara wants some software deployed maybe to her machine. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into the PDQ devices and try to find the machine that Tara's on. Search for it, do all that good stuff. Didn't find it. I don't know why. Let's see, go into the attributes, do all that good stuff, find the machine that Tara's on, go back to the ticket, see what she really wanted from that ticket, what software was it, and then go back to Connect and back to the ticket, and yeah, you know the drill. It's just what it is, right? So I'm gonna show you the new one with the integration app that we just built. In order to access the integration app, just go to Freshdesk and go into the marketplace, search for us. PDQ is the only one here right now. Not a lot of downloads. We'll see it, how that changes. Hope you guys will like it. Install it. Pretty straightforward, as hope we've got you guys acquainted with. Take the organization URL. I just take the whole URL from Connect, paste it here. Then either go into the settings and generate a new API key like I'm gonna do now. Demo. Copy it, paste it here. And then for the email match field ID, this is the PDQ Connect custom field that we're gonna use to match to the requester in Freshdesk or Fresh service. I'll just go for the default email address field because that's what probably most of you are going to use, but you can use any PDQ custom fields that you wanted. Just go back to the devices and take a look at the available custom fields. I like to use the email address field right here, but you can create your own, populate them, and make sure you use the right one. Test the connection. Once the connection is successful, just go ahead and click install. The marketplace app is going to be installed. It's free of charge for all of our customers on the premium plan. It's set up, and once that's set up, when we go back to the amazing ticket that we were on, now we have the PDQ Connect sidebar straight into Freshdesk. What that gives us is the device information for the user with device name, tenant, IP address, the assigned user, and gives us the possibility to do a couple of actions. I would like to start off with, with what the user asked. Please make Josh be nice to me. That means maybe Tara wants iTunes installed on her machine, so we can go ahead and install iTunes, deploy iTunes straight from Freshdesk to her machine. We'll see how that goes. You can always go ahead and view the deployment status. That's gonna open up Connect, and we're gonna see it's in progress. Once that's done, we're gonna be able to go back to Freshdesk and close that ticket.
Okay, so can we take a second, because you're being so calm about this? This is like huge, Mark.
It's a big deal. I mean, to be able to resolve your tickets without having to go anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
Customers are, you think about your users, their users are asking you to deploy stuff all the time.
All the time.
What's great about how we've built packages inside of PDQ Connect is a package can be an application, like but it can also be a script to clean up a thing or to perform another action.
Yeah.
So it gives you a lot of flexibility and be able to do that directly from Freshdesk.
I have spent years of my life in Freshdesk. 8 years to be exact. I mean, I'm going to put some numbers on it. And having to reply back to Josh or me, is Josh being nice to you? Yes, he's being nice to you now. Okay, I can close the ticket. Not having to go through that exchange now to have the visual confirmation, okay, it deployed. To not have to have that interaction, huge.
Yeah.
Love this.
Yeah.
Love it so much.
Or think of the tickets like, hey, this, my computer's, the ticket everyone always gets. My computer's being slow. My computer's being, right?
Yeah.
Nobody knows. And then you have to go and you have to do this manual thing of, okay, well, who are you? What does your computer find it?
Yeah.
Whereas now you could just like view device details, deploy a package, start a remote session just immediately right off the bat, right?
Yeah, because you effectively have removed the customer out of the equation. So I love this. And anyone that doesn't use Freshdesk, there's a little feature inside of Freshdesk that sometimes you have to turn on, which is reopen the ticket if a customer responds. You could turn that off now because you're like, I don't want your feedback now. Turn that right back off. So I love that so much. But I do see some questions, Kelly. Do we want to ask Chris the questions?
Let's take a look.
Or Mark the questions.
Yeah, so a couple of questions. They're asking two primary things. One is, we mentioned that it is free with premium. Is there an additional charge if you're not on premium?
Well, I think everybody should be on premium because there's vulnerability management in there that comes with. There's APIs, there's all that multi-tenancy, that's all that great stuff. So you have to be on premium because it requires APIs to communicate between the two products. That's why you have to be on premium. But you get all of the other benefits of premium just basically for free.
Yeah.
I think the key there is there's no additional cost for the integration.
Yeah.
So you're not having to spend more money to have the integration accessible if you're on premium.
And then other questions are surrounding other types of ticketing software. We've got Freshdesk. Are there plans for additional integrations with other types of ticketing software in the future?
Mark, do you want to take that?
Yeah, there absolutely are plans. We are working on, we're not quite ready to say which ones yet, but we're
Tell us, Mark. Tell us right now. Come on, spill it.
I won't let her bully you.
But we will
I'll stay right
announce.
here.
We will announce it probably in the next couple of weeks. We are wanting to build a lot of different integrations, not just to ticketing solutions, but to other products that you'd find really helpful for Connect to be integrated with. And so if you have a ticket solution that you really like, please put it in the chat. We would love to look at that one and see if that one would be a good one to add. So we're looking for feedback here. We are just starting to build out our integrations. This is one of our first integrations that is not maybe totally native in the product. We want more.
Then there's one other quick question. Will this lead to a self-service request for app deployments as well? Can the user select the application they want from the library, et cetera? So it kind of sounds like they're looking for a self-service portal, but...
Yeah, so that is on our roadmap. It's not related to this project, but there is a planned work to do exactly that. So you will be able to have a managed software center where you can approve certain products or certain packages that a user can self-install. That's going to be towards probably the latter half of the year, potentially into 2027, just to set expectations. But.
And then final question here, are there plans to expand the API functions?
Yes.
Boom.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
We have, so we have an initiative right now to make the API more robust. There's a lot of things we want the API to do that it doesn't do today. And there's certain data points inside of the product that you can't access via the API. That is something that is currently in the works.
I love it. And yes, this is my superhero cape. Just want to answer the questions. Not to detract from what you're saying, Mark, but
no, that's great. Yeah, I mean, the question was asked.
It's pretty important. So yeah, it is a superhero cape. So anywho, okay.
So now that we've completely derailed you, Chris.
Yeah. No, you didn't.
What else do you want to show us?
Well, you actually gave me enough time for iTunes to be completely installed in less than a minute.
I was thinking that's a really bold strategy because iTunes takes forever.
I know, but
it worked.
Think about it.
Yeah, it worked.
It just PDQ style. Tara, is it okay if I just close the ticket right now, or do we want to do some more stuff?
You do whatever you want to do, my friend.
Okay, fantastic. That's awesome. So a lot of some other things that I also wanted to show as part of this integration was what happens if a user has multiple devices. Well, you will be able to see and interact with all of the devices that are associated with the user straight from Freshdesk. So in this case, I only have 2 devices here, but there are just a couple right in front of me. I'm going to be able to do everything that I can do in terms of package deployment, remote access, but also just go straight into Connect with the proper context, right? Like give me this exact device, and from here I can just start off and execute everything off of Connect. What's really interesting with the deployment section is that you don't need to go into Connect at all. You can do everything from Freshdesk, and as a sysadmin, this is really, really powerful. Also, going back to people that manage multiple organizations, I briefly went over this when I installed the app, but we can go back here just quickly and show you that you're also able to manage and add multiple tenants to that integration. So if inside of Connect you use multiple tenants, you have the ability to connect multiple tenants into Freshdesk. So if you're an MSP or if you have a larger organization with multiple tenants, we offer that ability straight from the get-go to connect more than just a single tenant into your Freshdesk app. And that's all I had for today. Really excited to be here on the show with you guys, and looking forward to getting all of your feedback coming our way to improve what we're doing and to give us guidance on what we're building next. We're really, really excited about the whole integration strategy that we're undertaking, and we really want to make your lives as efficient as we can.
Thanks so much, Chris.
I know we need to get on to PowerPoint, but maybe just answer a couple last questions here.
Yeah, I see a couple.
I'll just try to summarize. So it does require API access, which is in the premium offering of Connect. So just to be very clear there, we're not giving away Fresh service for free. We're not licensing you Fresh service. So you do have to be a Fresh service customer to benefit from this. We can introduce you, and we're happy to introduce you to Fresh service. So if you have questions there or want an introduction, if you reach out to your customer success rep or our sales department, we can help get you introduced. And then there was a follow-up question on what other integrations are we building. We are looking to build a lot of integrations. And so this is the first one that we've publicly announced, and it's ready, and you should use it today. But there are more that we're working on, but we want your feedback. If you have integrations that you'd like us to build for ticketing or other solutions, please put it in the chat, or you can reach out to us via email, or you could go to the product roadmap page and you could schedule a meeting with us, and we're happy to take your feedback live as well.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. The second half of our show, we're going to switch gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about PowerPoint, right?
We're going to talk about PowerPoint. Now, like we talked about a little bit earlier and kind of introduced this, you might hate PowerPoint, and that's you're totally justified in your lack of love for the application. It's interesting in my career, one of the opportunities that I have is I present a lot. I've created tens of thousands of PowerPoint presentations, and it can be really, really helpful as you're trying to communicate, what is your team doing and the value that your organization brings to the company. Oftentimes IT is forgotten. And so we wanted to give you some practical PowerPoint tips that if you're on the hook for presenting and talking about what your organization is doing, what are some ways to make a really killer presentation?
Yeah.
You can really worry about your messaging and not the tooling to get your message across.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yep, that's exactly right. So we're going to jump into it. We're going to, for this, we're going to do just 2 slides together. We're going to create a PowerPoint deck that introduces your team. So we're going to spend some time building a really killer slide that kind of shows the members of your team in a nice visual way. And then we're going to work on a metric slide. And we're always asked to, show what are our metrics? What's our CSAT? What's the number of tickets that we handle? What was the average resolution time? How do we make that data look good in a presentation? And that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you all the tips and tricks on how to align things, how to make things look great. If you're like many of us, you've probably worked in PowerPoint where you've selected a thing and you've clicked the down arrow like 100 times to try to align something. I'm going to teach you how to solve all those problems and
Guilty.
make some good. I know we all are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to be in PowerPoint. Hold tight here. We're going to start with that first slide I was talking about, the Our Team slide. So that's where we're gonna begin our journey. So I've pulled a picture of myself back in the day when I owned a suit coat. Don't own one of those anymore. And we're gonna make a Our Team slide. So pretty common to put someone's picture in there. And usually what you do is you go find all these pictures and you drag them on here, and they're all like slightly different sizes, and they just don't quite look good. And maybe you spent a lot of time trying to get them all right, but it's still not quite right.
Yeah.
Your hours of spacing and aligning is kind of thrown out because it doesn't quite look good, even though you spent a ton of time. So I'm going to show you how to make a really killer slide for this. What we're going to do is we're going to actually start by inserting my name under my picture here. So we're going to go and just insert Mark, and we're going to put my title, product manager. We're just going to put that under the picture. We're going to select that text and center it. It's pretty common looking slide, looking okay. But we want to make it as designers love to be told. We want to make this slide pop. So how are we going to do that?
Totally.
So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select my picture here. I don't love rectangle square pictures myself. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go over to picture format, and we're going to go to crop. One of the coolest things about cropping inside of PowerPoint is you can actually crop to specific shapes. And so I don't like the rectangle square look, and so I'm going to crop this picture to a circle. And now we've got slightly more polished, a little bit cleaner looking picture of Mark here. All right, so then I'm going to actually select Mark's name and make it bold because I like my name and I want everyone to see it. Now, you might have a problem, though, where some of your team members, maybe the background image is maybe white or really light. And again, I want to make this pop, and so how I'm going to do that? Well, we're going to go ahead and right-click on that picture again, and we're going to format that picture. We're going to go over here to this format picture pane. This format picture pane is really overwhelming. There's like a million different menus. The thing to note is that these things at the top are really where all the magic happens. So we're going to go to the paint bucket. We're going to do a line around that picture. We're going to go to solid line. We're going to make it really big. And we're not going to use this green color because that doesn't look so
The trees
good.
are green. Yeah.
We'll do purple.
Ooh.
And now we've got this great looking picture of Mark on our team. Now, we got to get everyone else's pictures in there. And what you might be doing is you might be, again, copying and pasting them over. That is going to be a ton of work. It's not a great idea. So what we're going to do is we're going to simplify that. We're going to select, I'm holding down Shift. We're going to select both these objects, and we're going to group them together. So I'm going to right-click and click Group and Group.
What does that do?
Yeah, so now it's going to make them as one object together. See how they're moving together instead of two separate things? They're two separate things still, but it makes it a little easier to organize things. We got to get the rest of our team in here. So I'm going to Control-C and Control-V, paste them in here. Let's get them all in here. Now, the whole team is not just Mark. I'm only one person. So we're going to get Brock in here next. So we're going to say Brock.
So that grouping is huge, Mark, because I'm already mad by this point. You've made it look so easy, but I'm usually like throwing things at this point.
Yeah, really.
So grouping, huge.
Yeah, it makes everything much easier to do inside of PowerPoint.
Okay.
So we're going to click into Mark here. We're going to right-click, and we're going to say Change Picture. And what's great about this is it's going to put in whatever picture I select in that same box with that same cropping. So I don't have to go in and drag one person's picture over at a time and try to get it all sized correctly. We're just going to go to a picture here. We're going to take Brock. Now we've got Brock on the team. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to right-click. We're going to grab another person here. We're going to take Josh on the team. And then we're going to take Change Picture from Device. And you're our last member of our team here. Now we've got a pretty good-looking slide showing the members of our team. Now, what you're going to be tempted to do is try to drag these around to try to get them all lined up, and like the arrows and the lines are all confusing. How do you make that look great? Well, I'm going to show you. So remember, these are all grouped objects.
Yep.
The name and the picture. We're going to hold down Shift. We're going to grab each of these. You can kind of see they're not aligned, right? Like their spacing isn't all the same. The slide looks okay.
Yeah.
It just doesn't look perfect. And I'm going to be presenting this to my board or my manager or the director of my department. I want it to look as good as I can.
Yes.
So what we're going to do next is we're going to go up here to Arrange. Arrange is magic. It's so great to use Arrange. What it's going to allow you to do is align everything. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to Arrange. We're going to go down to Align. And we're going to align to Middle. What that's going to do is it's going to take all four of these objects and make them all vertically aligned together. So we're going to do that right now. Boop. Now they're all vertically aligned. None of them are taller than the other. So they're all in the exact same location, just a little staggered. But you'll notice that they're not spaced the same. So this space and this space and this space, they're just not equal. So we're going to hold down Shift. We're going to select them all again. And we're going to go up to Arrange again. I love Arrange. Arrange saves so much time. I can't.
When you showed me Arrange for the first time, it changed my life.
Yeah, it's so fantastic.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to distribute them. So distribute is going to distribute them equally from the left to the right. So you're going to see those gaps here disappear as we do that. So we're going to distribute horizontally. And now they are all perfectly spaced.
Beautiful.
Looking really good.
Wonderful.
We got a good looking slide. We started with just like a really simple picture. And we've added in a beautiful title. We've cropped it all. And then what we're going to do is you'll notice that on the left side here, the spacing here and the spacing here, they're not quite right.
Okay.
So what you could do is we're going to hold down Shift. You could use the arrow key to try to get it right. You're never going to get it right, though. It's always going to be off. You're going to be moving it back and forth. What we're going to do now is we're going to group all of these groups together. So we're going to right-click, click Group, and now it's all one object. So now I'm moving them all together, making it a little bit easier to move them, but I'm still having a hard time getting it in the center. That's actually probably the center right there, but we're gonna not have it in the center. We're gonna go to Arrange now. We're gonna go back to Align, and we're gonna align center. Now what that's doing is it's gonna center it on the slide. So when you only have one object selected, and you use Arrange, it's always gonna center it relative to the slide's center or the slide's middle.
Got it.
Okay.
But if you have multiple objects, you can either arrange to the slide or arrange relative to other objects.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, and then we're going to align this one more time. We're going to just make sure it's in the center, and then we're going to do a horizontal align, align middle, which will put it in the middle of the slide, which just happens to be already there. Now we've got a really killer-looking introduction to our team.
That looks really good. That's better than like the four squares and then the just like text, and inevitably someone is going to be, whoop,
It's always off. It's all no matter what
Because
you
you've
do.
grabbed like everybody's pictures from like your HR system or LinkedIn or somewhere else, and they're not all quite the same.
Yep. Yeah, this solves that entire problem.
Yep.
There's some other cool things you could do. So, what you could do here is we could insert a shape. Maybe Brock is new to the team, so we're going to insert a shape here to show that he's a new member of the team. Obviously,
Just
that's
cover
not
him.
quite right. So we're going to right click it and we're going to say send to back. So now it's behind Brock here. We'll just move that over. I might say don't fill it with anything, but we do want a line around him. And we're going to just make that a, let's see how we want to do that. A little dashed line maybe.
That.
What?
That's looking pretty good. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll go ahead and insert a text box here that says newbie. And we've got our team newbie, and we could center that at more if we wanted.
Yep.
So again, really, really nice, easy way to make it a little bit more pop, if you will. And just Rob, yes, it is a little rough. It's a little boring, but that's PowerPoint for you.
It really is. But it is like one of those skills, especially as you move up in your career,
Yeah.
when you need to present information, like you need to be able to speak effectively to an point.
You do.
Like it's a skill you have to have.
Yep, you really do. All right, we're going to do one last slide here. We are going to jump into a metric slide. Now, what you're probably doing today when you're doing metrics is you're copying and pasting from some table from some system.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when you copy it in, it always looks horrible. This table looks terrible. It looks awful. You'll notice that like the alignment's all weird. You've got text right up against the barrier or the line there. We're going to fix that with just a couple clicks. So we're going to select everything inside of our table. We're going to go to table design. And this is one of my favorite. Actually, we're going to go to table layout. We're going to go to cell margins. With cell margins, what you can do is you can just say normal. And now all of your alignment has been fixed. Right? So it's no longer up against the edge. It's a lot cleaner. What we might also do here, and I see people do this all the time, we might also select everything in here, and we will go over here to our rows and make our rows just a little bit bigger. But you'll see that the text now isn't centered, right? And so like it's up on the top. Again, this table just doesn't look great. So we're going to select those rows, and we're going to go back up here, and you can there's a button here that lets you change where the text appears, where it's aligned, but then you can also center it in that alignment. Now we have a pretty good looking table of metrics. I might just move my select these here and move these all the way over to the right since they're numbers. It's always good to show your numbers on the right hand side. Now we've got a good looking table. But let's hit the bullets next.
Okay.
Bullets are good.
All right. So
You know,
here's
there's now a challenge in the chat.
what's
This
the
says now do it in LibreOffice.
I don't know. That might be tough. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Thank you for that challenge. I decline. All right. So here's the thing with bullets. Bullets are great, and it's a great way of summarizing what it is you're trying to communicate on the slide. But you end up with a lot of wasted space. Right. So you see this little space right here. That space drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I hate that space because I need to be able to have some space to type. So what we're going to do is we're going to select our bullets here. And you have to turn the ruler on. So if your ruler's not on, you have to go to View and turn on Ruler. But what you have is these little guys right here. I never knew what these were. What this is it allows you to change where something is. So now we've got our bullets actually connected to the text of what it is we're trying to communicate. Again, it saves you a little bit of space, makes it a little easier to, a little less space worry, if you will.
Yep.
There's a handful of other things I might do to this table. In this case, what we're going to do just for time is I'm going to go to the table designer. I don't like the staggered color of the table, and so we're not going to do that. We're going to go ahead and just change that to all be white, make that a little bit more readable, and we'll change our borders. So we're going to change our borders to, give me 1 second here. Let's just go ahead and make the size good. And we'll just click all borders. And that's looking pretty good. Maybe Team B. I want to highlight Team B.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to select just that row. We're going to change the color of just that row to green. That's looking pretty good. So we have a highlight color now. But maybe we want to draw even more attention to it. I'm going to actually draw a border around it that's really green. And we're going to make that border just a little bit bigger. And we'll go over to borders again. We'll do outside borders. It's just going to make the outside of what I've selected bigger. We'll say outside border. And now we've got a slide that's really great. It's really clean.
Nice.
You can see which row it is that we're going to be talking about in our data. You've got a great table here to show us the metrics.
Yeah.
Can we see your gambling slide just really quick? Because I want to
Yeah.
demonstrate just how good you are at PowerPoint, because we just did starter ones.
So there's a couple cool things you can do here. So I'll take this slide, for example. This is one of my PowerPoint secret slides. Fun one. What this is just creative layers. So we have a layer that is the PowerPoint logo. We have a layer that is a box that's just transparent over this generic picture of this guy with some generic graphs. And to make the picture darker, we also just have a box on top of that. And so you can get really creative using just boxes and setting transparencies. I love to gamble. I think that's a known thing about me. And the company oftentimes asks me, what's your current status? Are you winning or are you losing? So here's a slide I made related to a deck. And again, it's just layers with layers. So I can move the text out. And what I've done here is I just have some white boxes that covered up the logo of Vegas. And I put my text just right on top of it. So using images and layers, you can create really powerful screens that help articulate what it is you're trying to do or to drive emotion. This is great. You know, I can hear the slot machines in my head when I pull up this slide. Which again just helps me as I'm trying to tell my story about Vegas and my experience in Vegas.
Yep.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Mark.
It really is powerful, especially like in an IT leadership role, to be able to effectively present information to the business. And more often than not, the tool to present information to the business is PowerPoint. And so if you really want people listening to your message, and a way to get them to listen to your message is to not have them so involved in like your PowerPoint being a mess.
Yeah.
Right. So Mark, thanks so much. Huge helpful tricks. Thanks for joining us today for PDQ. I'm Josh.
I'm Tara. And thanks, Chris.
Thank you so much for joining our webcast today. We appreciate you taking time out of your day and really just spending quality time with us. If you have any additional questions, you can always reach out to our support forums. Please join us on Discord because that's where the party happens. Have a great week, and we'll see you back here next time.